and
Right,
water costs.
right, exactly. So that's the other part of it. You're right, absolutely. So because of those unforeseen, I mean, we want revenue, but we don't want to be in the negative either, so.
Right. So a little bit of trial and error to
Exactly.
get started.
Exactly. This is a learning period for us.
So that was the only thing I had.
And if I can just follow up on the laundry comment, so revenue is important, but I think my initial concern was outside people coming to use the facilities that aren't associated with apartment complex. I think with the key fob, that limits them, and so I appreciate that. And so I just want to avoid having unnecessary conflict between residents and non-residents. And so that was my concern. But I think with the fob, be able to follow up on that.
Those are, and at the Housing Authority, we try to be realists, and I'm being real. If we charge $101.75 a wash,
Get run over. That's pretty low.
so I'm hopeful that it won't be abused, but we'll keep a watchful eye.
Yeah. Ms. Williams?
Well, thank you for the overview. I have no further comments, and I agree with my fellow colleagues.
Red Cross? All right, so we have the budget there, and so with that amendment, I can approve, motion to approve the budget as proposed with the amendment? Oh, it is a public hearing. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I'll open the public hearing. If anybody would like to come forward to speak on this? Anyone? Okay, we'll close the public hearing and come back for action.
So we do have an amended budget amount. We're going to bring that balanced budget down to $1,288,282, which is slightly a 1.6 or 1.7% increase for board consideration.
So as long as the motion says that, I move that the board approve the FY26 budget as amended for a total of $1,288,282.
Second.
Maybe just, do we need to clarify what's being removed, the council contingency fund?
And the amendment includes the removal of $100,000 contingency fund line item.
Second.
Second, thank you. Ms. McKay?
Ms. Redcross?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Chair Pons?
Aye.
Vice Chair Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher? Aye. Ms. Prescott?
Aye.
Okay. Takes us now to open forum. Anybody in the audience like to come forward and address the commission? No one. I will close the open forum and move on to quarterly reports. First is the quarterly financial report.
All right, so we have updates on the financial report. During the third quarter of the fiscal year 2025, the authority generated $127,099 in revenues. This amount brings our year-to-date total to $402,575. This amount also represents 86% of the projected budget amount of $470,000. As you can see, our rent revenues are trending in a positive direction, and they are outperforming our budget estimates. In other income, the authority has received $5,486 this quarter. Our year-to-date total is $20,134, which represents 67% of the projected budget amount of $30,015. The authority has received $97,112 in HUD operating subsidies funds this quarter, bringing our year-to-date total to $282,272, or 73% of the projected budget amount of $387,000. In the HUD Capital Fund, the authority has received $135,465 to date. A total of $380,000 was programmed in fiscal year 2025. We received notice from HUD that our fiscal year 2025 allocation will be approximately $365,000, which is roughly $15,000 short of what we anticipated. And we also anticipate the release of those funds during the fourth quarter. Now, during this quarter, our checking account, our deposits, investments had a combined total of $965,563. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to entertain those at this time.
Thank you. I don't have any questions, Mr. Vice Chair.
No question.
No questions?
Questions?
Moving on to quarterly operating report.
Okay. All right, we've been quite busy this year in terms of turnarounds. As you can see, we have turned 28 units this fiscal year. We've had this quarter 3 move-outs and 1 eviction due to non-payment of rent. And we did have an unfortunate passing of one of our residents, which also results to having to turn a unit. This quarter, we also had 17 units with outstanding balances totaling $7,846.46. And we have since filed unlawful detainers for those units, and we expect a scheduled court date to happen this month. Debt set off. The authority collected $6,984 from prior tenant debt set-off payments during the fiscal year. The Virginia Department of Taxation withheld $245, so our total bring-in was $6,739.64. Workforce housing, as you know, we have 14 rental houses that we manage for the city. 13 are currently occupied, and we have a waiting list of 8 employees at this time. We have a total of 3 that we expect to move out in 2026, making those units available. And we do have the house on Rochambeau Road currently receiving estimates, so we're getting ready to start the renovation of that, so it will expand our program units to 14. Outstanding work orders, as you can see, we've been busy this quarter. We had 253 work orders that we've completed. As you know, we've been shorthanded for some time now, I would say about, six months, without the second maintenance tech. So I'm happy to report to you that we interviewed today. It's either feast or famine with us. Either we get no interest, but then when it happens, like we just had 4 applications come through. So I'm real excited about that. But we just sent the request upstairs to Human Resources to hire a gentleman, and so we'll be fully staffed again here shortly. A waiting list, we reopened the waiting list April 30th, 2025 for the online application, and that process works out perfectly. As you know, we used to do it where they actually had to come in, and it was cumbersome, and so with the online application, it's a streamlined process, and I think it works best for what we do here for the authority. At the present time, we have 708 applicants on our waiting list. We're always looking for opportunities for family self-sufficiency, and we do have a great opportunity with the Virginia Housing, VHDA. We are partnering with them to do a workshop on homeownership education. That will help happen on September 20th, 2025, and I think that's a Saturday, and that would be, I think, it's from 10 to 3, 8 to 3, so that's an all-day event. And it's not just for our tenants, but it's also for our workforce housing employees and also for city employees, so it's open for everybody. Triangle commercial site. Now, I'm not sure if anyone on the board actually gets their hair cut from Lucky Hair Salon, but but if you do, I'm sure you might have heard the concern about the HVAC, and so I apologize for that feedback, but I'm happy to say, as of last week, we replaced the HVAC system, and so it should be nice and cool in that area now, so we're happy about that. The Highland Park bus stop. I'm not sure if you guys know about this one, but we're considered in this because the new location for the bus stop is being considered right in front of Catherine Circle, which I think is an ideal location. We participated in I guess, a feedback session with the residents of Highland Park. It was held at the church there in the community, and great feedback. And from that, it was a consensus for the city and WRHA to move forward with the relocation of the bus stop off of North Henry Street onto Dunning Street in that community. And so that's what we got from that.
So will the bus go through?
It will go through the community.
Okay. So it'll go up Catherine Circle and come back down?
That's right. It'll wrap around and go through the community. So
Good.
I think they're really excited about that as an opportunity. Project updates. The laundry room, as you know, all the buildings are up. We're ready to go. We just have to, we're waiting on doing some final touch-ups with the entranceway to satisfy code compliance, and we're working on that right now. So once that happens, we'll be issued our CO, and we'll be ready to go with operation. We also are getting ready to enter into a lease agreement or an agreement with Cardinal Vending, and that's going to be to allow for us to put the vending machines inside those facilities. On a good note, we were able to move away from WRHA for our cameras, our security cameras. We had just not a good provider, and they expected us to pay enormous fees for the license, for the uses of those cameras. And so to be able to move away from them without having to spend money from the city, we were able to get a grant from HUD to further that work. And so those cameras are installed, and they're far better than what we've had. And those cameras also been given access to our police force for their support to keep an eye on things for the community. We do have public housing quarterly activities that are listed. If you have any questions of some of the things that we've done with our residents this quarter, and also meetings that we've attended, training sessions, we'll be glad to give you any insight that you may have with regards to those areas. But also in the package, we've given you illustrations of the machines, what they look like, the washing machine and dryer, in the units. As I always do, we always include our newsletters, the way we communicate messages to our tenants. And one thing I just wanted to kind of bring your attention to, it's not often you get companies that you work with to speak highly about your organization, but I thought it was newsworthy, or at least good information for you to know that we are considered or thought of in a very positive light. So you do have a letter that came from a vendor that talks highly about your authority. So just wanted that to be in the record.
Perfect, well, good. We expect nothing less.
So, appreciate that. And of course, activities with the youth in the community and with the youth program, that summer program. We had a very good activity. They went to all 3 sites, helped with cleaning up the sites. They painted the railings that are starting to show wear and tear, and they also did some planting and shrub cleaning up and put the mulch down. So it was very good festive activity for them, and we were glad that they were able to volunteer and help us.
Yeah, at the summer student youth program, several of the kids mentioned how they enjoyed going into the neighborhoods and doing the work, you know, where they live. I mean, not all of them did, but so I took great pride in that. They took great pride in the neighborhood, and so that was special.
Yep, so we really appreciate that, and we'll make that an annual event. And with that, I'll answer any questions that you may have.
So I see, I'm just thumbing through your newsletter. How do you distribute that to the residents? Is that paper or email?
When we do it, we hand deliver,
Okay.
put it on the doors, and we also, because of what we have the bulletin boards in the community, we post them on the bulletin board. So there's no reason why you can't say you didn't see the newsletter. So and we have it right by the mailbox. So all you have to do is get your mail. If you want to see what's going on in the community, We have other information that we put on the bulletin board, so we try to be as giving of information as possible with the means that we've put in play.
Questions on the applicant?
No questions.
I didn't have any questions. I just wanted to say thank you. The machines look amazing. They look like nicer than really they look great. And like reading that letter, I thought that was really spectacular. I mean, to have somebody who operates in 16 states say he believes you are the best we have encountered and wanted to make sure how much you know it. I mean, I think that is to be commended, and that's really fantastic and speaks so much to the work that you all do, that it's recognized in comparison to up and down the East Coast. So thank you for that, and for the attention to the triangle maintenance. Yes, I know that that's a really great small business that we have here in the triangle, and I know that having that issue addressed means a great deal. So thank you for the work that you're doing and everything that's reflected in this report.
Thank you.
Great job.
Prescott, Ms. Ramsey?
Yes, I would like to reiterate all the good things you're doing. I did have a couple questions. You mentioned that you had 3 move-outs, I guess in 2026, or is that when they're coming up from the workforce housing?
Yes, ma'am.
So is that because they've been there a certain amount of time, or they found a place to buy, or sort of?
We love a good story when they actually have a chance to purchase, and we try to bring that forward to kind of let you know when we do have someone who graduated from the program. But sometimes they just kind of for the term of the program, right? So you get 3 years
Right.
out the gate once you get into the house. But then if you experience some difficulties finding a new place, you can request find 1 more year. So in essence, these cases are probably for folks who are extended out to the 4th year. And so at that point, you kind of graduate out of the program. And so I think that's what we have right here with those 3.
Because you want to provide the opportunity for others to take advantage of the housing that is offered.
And that is the premise of the program. If we allowed everybody to just stay in the houses, then it wouldn't be an opportunity. It's because of the window, the time frame, and it's not like we're not offering opportunities for you to get information to become a
Right.
future home buyer. The program also requires you to go through so many hours of information or training. Prepare yourself for the inevitable. It's a benefit, but it's a window to that benefit.
Right.
And like I said, we want people to graduate and go into a new opportunity because they've taken advantage of the program as an
Yeah.
incentive.
I remembered that, so I just wanted to clarify. And for the laundries, I know you're waiting for the CO. Do you have any sort of estimated date when that might be forthcoming?
We'll be finished with this work hopefully next week.
Okay,
So it's right here. We're right
Maybe.
upon it.
maybe 1st of September or something like that?
That's the goal. In fact, I guess the timing of it, we would like to have the rules acted upon by the board. And so that would help. All tenants would have to sign a new lease to fall under the responsibilities of the new guidelines for the use of the facility, of the laundromats. So the timing of that, I would agree, it would probably be sometime around September we'll officially open the doors.
Our next meeting is in September, October, November?
September 8th is when we would ask, it's your next work
Oh,
session.
from city council? Okay, all right,
I think he suggested he might do a special called meeting.
Special call meeting.
okay. Maybe in association with work session. Okay, thank you, that's all I had.
Thank you.
I have no further questions, but I just wanted to take a moment just to thank you and your team for just the plethora of things that you do day to day and also outside of hours in the community as well. I always look forward to these meetings and just seeing just all the great work that's been done. And I think just receiving the letter from the management group as well is a testament that it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you all for just the countless hours that you place in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So that takes us now to new business, and first is consideration and approval of the write-offs for the uncollectible receivables. Mr. Franklin.
All right, so during the normal course of operating 104 rental units owned by the authority, tenants periodically move out without paying rent, late fees, and work order repairs. At this request, we have 17 tenants that have moved out during the past year, which have left a balance of $22,215.08. To accurately reflect the amount receivable from tenants at fiscal year end, board approval of this write-off is necessary. This amount will be classified as bad debt expense for fiscal year 2025. Staff will continue to pursue collection of the delinquent accounts with wage garnishments and also with the state's debt set-off program, and that's been successful for us. But board action to write off the uncollectible receivable is required by our auditors and is also a HUD requirement. So the staff recommendation would be that the board approve the write-off of outstanding receivables as of September 30th, 2025 in the amount of $22,215.08.
It's always unfortunate because, bad debt follows you and, wrecks people's credits, and, see that happen, but necessary evil, so I do expect that we'll go through all of the courts to try to do garnishments and however we can try to collect that and move forward with this. But it's a little bit more than it was last year, as I recall.
Well, last year, to be honest with you, it was 58,000.
Oh, wow.
58?
And the reason being, this is just a story to let you know sometimes what we deal with. So we had an aggrieved tenant that was evicted, but her parting gift was to totally destroy the unit. I mean, she really did a number. She brought in mattresses. It was just a bad scene. I mean, she brought anything that she could find on the street. And she damaged the walls, damaged the plumbing. She just, it was a nightmare. And so the estimated the damage at around 30,000. And so that was a judgment. We took it to court, and we received judgment, and so that's her debt.
Right, but we weren't asked to write that off. But in terms of the write-offs last year, about the same.
Let's see, I have a breakdown of the numbers. Fiscal year 2022 was 19,000. Fiscal year 23 was 21,000, and this is from our finance director. So fiscal year 2024, I don't have that document before me.
So it's about the same. I
Yeah.
think that was my point.
Right.
Okay. So I have no other comments, Mr. Vice Chair.
Yeah, just one question. So when you say you continue to pursue the delinquent accounts, is there a success in that, but also how much staff time goes into trying to recover that?
We rely on our finance director, Ms. Julie Fairs. She does a fantastic job. She's a hawk when it comes to getting
Yeah, I know that.
courses. We're so glad to have her on our team, but we also rely on the state's debt set-off program. As you know, I reported earlier that we received roughly about $6,500. So money comes in, and it's helpful. Certainly, any other method or means that we can deploy, we try to find ways to bring those dollars in.
Thank you.
No questions for me?
No questions.
Just a technical, Ms. Ferris, when we do get, so we write off the money, and that so that we post all the revenue and tenant revenue. They don't pay the rent. There's a liability, and then we write that off. When the new revenue comes in, when they do pay, how do we apply that back to tenant revenue? Gotcha. All right, good.
So I move that the board approve the write-off of outstanding receivables as of September 30th, 2025, in the amount of $22,215.08.
Second.
Okay?
Ms. Redcross? Ms. Williams? Aye. Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Chair Pons?
Aye.
Vice Chair Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher?
Aye.
Ms. Prescott?
Aye.
Thank you. So that concludes our agenda. If there's nothing else, would somebody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay?
Ms. Redcross?
Aye.
Ms. Williams? Aye. Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Chair Pons?
Aye.
Vice Chair Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher?
Aye.
Ms. Prescott?
Aye.
You're adjourned. Thank you all for being here.